We really have to get to the point of how you got caught in this whole thing.
Ah,
We left that story behind.
I mean, simple. I mean, I'm everywhere, right? It's funny because, like, when I stopped being a trainer, because I started my online and YouTube money and everything else, I would still train people once in a blue, just a one-off session. But I charge like $2,500 just for the experience, and I feature that video on my YouTube channel or whatever, and they loved it. So a lot of guys that would come in for them one-off sessions were cops or military, because that's my demo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with them. I respect cops, bro. Like, that's an honorable position to have, right? But with that honorable position, I expect a lot out of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. So I was like, yo, maybe they just don't give a fuck. I don't know, right? Because you know, every day. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Now one day went by that I didn't think about getting caught.
Right.
That sucked. So I had a dark cloud over my head forever. You know what I'm saying? And there was times, bro. Bro, there was one time, like, I would envision, like, I had an apartment in San Pedro. I would envision me getting off the elevator, walking around, and then boom, turn a corner and seeing the cops at my door. One time it happened. Wrong door.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens is, as time's going on, I'm fucking enjoying life. I'm having fun. I've rebuilt this incredible life. I got incredible friends. People from my past I didn't fuck with no more. They were all losers anyway. Like, it's funny because when I was with them, around them, everybody was up. You know what I'm saying? Here I'm gone all of these years. The motherfuckers were trash, and they shitted on me when I was on the run. They loved it because people hate. They love to see a strong person down.
Right.
It's like, see, yeah, I could do this. I could. You know what I'm saying?
You're lucky that somebody from your old life didn't turn you in.
Nobody knew, but
Even
they knew
on
after
YouTube.
a while. They knew after a while. But yeah, you're right. But here's the thing. What I did was, like, very few people involved. Now, I had a crew and we partied, we went out and shit, but nobody knew my business like that. You know what I'm saying? And somebody from my past did give a lot of information on me. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Now, when they came and got me, you know, I'm a boxer too, but I stopped boxing for a long time, but I was still trained. And guys, me and some of my friends would spar at my gym that I used to work at, right? Or train at. So I had just bought my dog. He was a little puppy. Me and my boy in there sparring, going at it. Take a break. I take the dog outside to take a piss, and a black dude walk in the gym, and it was out of place because the gym is in north side of Long Beach, so there's a very specific crowd of people in there. It's gangbangers or cops, or bodybuilders or powerlifters. Everybody got to fit in that category, right? So this dude was a normal black dude, and it was weird. And I was like, and I cordial. I speak to everybody, like, hey, how you doing, man? And he was looking nervous. He like didn't say nothing, but kind of like nodded his head. And I was like, that was weird. So I'm sitting out there, you know what I'm saying?
And you could tell he wasn't a cop?
I didn't know, I couldn't tell, but I could tell it was a weird.
I'm guessing he is a cop.
I don't think he was a cop. I think he was an informant.
Okay.
Just to identify me. So to let them know, like, yep. So I seen a sheriff's car, unmarked car, sheriff's car, then more unmarked cars. I was like, bro, I wasn't like scared. I was kind of relieved. I was like, fuck, this is it. This is it. You know what I'm saying? So the marshals, U.S. Marshals come hard, but they were gentlemen. You know what I mean? You gotta think, at a certain point, they found me, and they just watching me and tracking me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and then when they was trying to get me, they was like a day or two behind me. So they was on me for like 2 weeks at this point. And it took them 2 weeks to just get me because I was moving around a lot. Not trying to be evasive, but just happened to be busy. You know what I'm saying? So they got, he came and got me. He said, what's your name? I was like, you tell me. He was like, I ain't saying shit. So he said, I know you are. He says, you know, we got to do this. He said, look, man. So maybe he was a fan, but I love this guy. But he was like, look, man, I hate to do this, but, you know, he said, you're a good guy. You do a lot of good for a lot of people, and let's just get this behind you and get on with your life. I was like, I appreciate that. But in my head, I'm like, I'm wrapped. It's a wrap. So.
And so you never got to find out the verdict in that trial because you just dipped?
Yeah. No. So they can try you in abstention, but that never happened.
Really?
They just kept it kind of open to find me. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that didn't happen. That's the best thing in the world. So I'll tell you why. So they got me. They put me in the fucking towers, in the max security bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They kept me there for like a month, and then because you can't bond out when you have to, when your case is in another state, you got to be in that state. So I had to sit there. They got to kick you out if they don't take you, extradite you within a month. They wait till the 30th day. Fucking took me to Arizona in a fucking van with no windows, with other motherfuckers, and we like shackled like this. It was. I felt like this must be what slavery felt like. It was so humiliating. Get out to go to the bathroom back at a McDonald's and people looking at you. It fucking sucked, bro. But I was like, I knew this was coming. You know what I'm saying? Get to Arizona, they put me in max security there too. I'm like, yo, fuck this shit. So I wrote a letter, like, yo, it was my white man voice. Like, I thought I was supposed to be considered innocent until proven guilty. I have no priors. I have successful businesses. I need access to the phone so I can, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why you have me in here. Because everybody I was in there with was going away forever. They didn't give a fuck about no rules, right? And my biggest fear was just, I wasn't afraid of anybody in there, but me just defending myself and fucking somebody up and getting more time, catching more cases. Because I know mad people that did like 10 years starting out on a misdemeanor because they be fighting and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm in here with the worst people. You know what I'm saying? So 3 days later, they moved me into a little 3 unit, and which was great because I have freedom, but it was dangerous because everybody moving around. First night at Chow, I hear somebody's strap fall. I'm like, fuck. I can just feel that shit stabbing me. You know what I'm saying? Oof. It's just an unsettling feeling. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time in jail for over a month and all of this shit, right? So my bond was $500,000. So I'm like, let's run it. So my father found an attorney for me, but this guy was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, no, let's wait. You know, I'm an expert at constitutional law, and this is unconstitutional. Let's wait till the next date. And da-da-da. So that came, another excuse. I'm like, yo. Oh, so then the next time when he really said we're going to get that bond reduced, because I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of money. It ain't that bad here. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait. He acted scared, and it scared me. They came back to me because the inmates were in his room. He said, we cannot ask for a bond reduction. That prosecutor wants you. I mean, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I'm sitting there like stone-faced, like, wait a minute. First, my heart raced. I'm like, nah, there's no prosecutor yet. It doesn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? I just got here. So I like, okay. So immediately bonded out. I had my dad, had my people get the money, got me out. Fuck that guy, fired him. Then I have money now. You know what I'm saying? I already had multiple businesses, legitimate businesses. So, you know, I ran up the bag. I spared no expense and got the best attorney that I can get. You know what I'm saying? The one that I heard about before that it was a dream that I could get him. You know what I'm saying? And my first day with him, this time they give me another ankle bracelet, but a metal GPS bracelet. You can't cut that shit off. So that shit dig in your skin every step, right? So it was a year of the adjudication process. While I'm out, had to plug my shit up to the wall 4 hours a day. It sucked. If you drive past like a Greyhound or airport, they call you from the thing. And they're rude. Like, what the fuck are you doing at the airport? Like, I'm like, you gotta just fucking humble yourself and don't say, like, bro, I'm just driving past. They call you from the fucking thing. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck?
It was so humiliating. So we fighting, and I'm fighting 2 cases now. And my attorney, I loved him because if I would have went to prison at the end of the day, at least I wouldn't have been stressed during that process because he was so confident. He was like a me of a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? And our first sit down, I was like, so okay, sir, what's the strategy? You know what I'm saying? He's like, nothing, we're just gonna beat this shit. I like your style, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, his strategies, he just make them work. He just hit them with motions. And they just, he wear them down. He got the first one thrown out, boom, like gone. Because it was bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Both of them were bullshit, but on paper they look bad.
He got the manslaughter thrown out.
No, that was the second one. He worked on the easy one first,
right.
The ag assault. So the manslaughter was an ag assault at first because it took the dude a few days to perish, you know what I'm saying? Then they reclassified it, and I was like, I felt defeated. But anyway, so he got the first one thrown out. Then he started working on the second one. When the first one got thrown out, I got the thing off. I'm like, this is great. it was great because I got to come back to Cali, like travel, and there's people at my gym that I took care of, that I looked out for, that was happy. Because people have my paperwork, like he's done. Like you said, showing my friends.
You see this happen on YouTube all the time where somebody gets hit with charges and you see a lot of people doing a little victory lap.
So I went back. I remember I went back to the gym. It's bittersweet. I love that place. But there's motherfuckers in there that I hate it now. And I went in there. I made everybody uncomfortable. They had to leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so fought the case. So he kept getting it better. Got it back down to ag assault. I'm like, okay. But ag assault is still, ag assault, deadly weapon, danger tag is still a mandatory prison, right? So he says, and I'm like, a year's gone by now. You got to keep in mind, I'm still thinking about the fact that it's not over. I don't know if something from the past going to come up, whatever, I could still get wrapped the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like stressed, right? So I'm like, so I said, why is it prison? He said, because it's a danger tag. I said, how much prison? He says, it's up to them. It could be a year. It could be 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. Initially, I would have, in my head, I would have did 3 years. So I'd take 3. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like my life is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. Because when your life ain't good, you don't give a fuck. It's like, it is what it is. It's a stripe. But when your life is good, you don't want to be a story. Like, he could have, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, I'm thinking. I'm like, can you ask them to take the danger off? And I'll take it. He said, they don't do that. I said, sir, can you please ask them to take the danger tag off? I'll take the felony. You know what I'm saying? I'll take my chances if it's not a mandatory prison system, a sentence. He's like, in his mind, I could tell he's like, it's not gonna work. But he asked them, they took it off. So I'm like, cool, I'll take the plea. He said, no, I want to get this all the way thrown out. I said, sir, I appreciate everything you've done, but I want to move on with my life. I want this to be done. You know what I'm saying? Because you go to court every month, and it's very stressful every time, getting dressed up, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So took the danger tag off. I'll take a plea. So at sentencing, I don't know if you've ever been to a sentencing. On the defendant side is his family. On the state side is cops, right? This time on my side is my family and cops. You know what I'm saying? LAPD SWAT, LA County SWAT, LAPD guys. One of my best friends, a federal cop down at the prison in Yuma. A couple dudes in Arizona. They all came to speak on my behalf, my character. You know what I'm saying? And the judge was so mean, bro. I was so, a woman, like a Texas white lady. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck. And I'm the only black. It's like I look like a criminal. I look scary to them. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not, well, maybe I was a little bit, but I see how they see me tatted, all of that shit, right? So she was like, all right, Mr. King, if this was getting adjudicated closer to when this happened, you'd be on your way to prison right now. But the court see that you're not a criminal. Get out of my courtroom.
All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. We appreciate y'all.